If your onions turn soft or moldy too quickly, there's a good chance they're sitting next to their worst enemy. Hi friends, it's Tracy. For years, I thought my onions were spoiling because they were old, but the real problem was how I stored them. Today, I'll show you the simple changes that keep onions firm, fresh, and flavorful for months. Stay with me, because one of these tips can keep your onions fresh for an entire year. Have you ever wondered why the onions in your home spoil so quickly? There are many reasons, but the most common one comes from a habit so many people accidentally make bringing onions home from the store and leaving them in the plastic bag. It sounds convenient, but the plastic bag is actually the biggest reason your onions go bad so fast. Even if the bag has a few small holes, it still traps moisture, and moisture is the #1 enemy of onions. In that closed, stagnant space, mold grows very quickly. After just a few days, you'll start to see black spots appear on the skin, and when you touch them, the onions feel soft or even mushy. The reason is that onions truly need to breathe. Their thin, papery skins can only stay dry and protective when there is air circulating around them. When the air is trapped, the onions become damp, slowly rot, and lose their firmness before you even get a chance to use them. So whenever you bring onions home, remember to take them out of the plastic bag right away. Another important reason why onions spoil quickly lies in where you place them. Many people store onions next to potatoes for convenience, but in reality this is a disastrous pair. Onions naturally release ethylene gas, a type of gas that makes nearby produce ripen faster and sprout sooner. When potatoes absorb this gas, they will sprout much earlier. On the other hand, potatoes contain a lot of water and continuously release moisture into the surrounding environment. This moisture makes onions soft, moldy, and rot much faster than normal. So one side encourages sprouting, and the other creates moisture, and the two end up spoiling each other quickly. The good news is that the solution is extremely simple. Just keep onions and potatoes a few feet apart and store them in 2 separate areas. With this small change, onions will stay dry, firm, and fresh much longer, and potatoes also won't sprout early. These are just some of the correct ways to store them. Method 1. Store in a basket or paper bag. As mentioned above, onions really dislike moisture. So instead of using plastic bags for storage, use a breathable basket or a paper bag. First, if you choose to store them in a breathable basket, this is a good method because it allows air to circulate well. Carefully place the onions into the basket and avoid putting in too many so they won't press down and bruise each other. This method allows air to flow freely around each onion, helping its thin outer skin stay dry and preventing moisture from building up. If you don't have a basket, you can absolutely reuse the paper food bags from your grocery trips, or simply use any paper bag you already have at home and punch a few holes in it. These holes act like small air vents that help the air circulate and prevent moisture from being trapped inside. After placing the onions into a breathable container, keep them in a dark, cool place such as a pantry, a kitchen cabinet, or a basement. Onions prefer temperatures from 45 degrees to 55 degrees, about 7 degrees to 13 degrees, which helps them stay dormant and prevents sprouting. With this simple change, your onions will stay firm, dry, and flavorful for many weeks or even months, all because you provided the airflow they need. Method 2. Hang them in pantyhose. Another wonderful way to store onions for many months is the hanging method. All you need is a clean pair of pantyhose. This simple trick has been used for generations because it creates excellent airflow, something onions absolutely love. Start by dropping one onion into the toe of the pantyhose. Then tie a knot right above it to keep the onion in place. Add another onion, tie another knot, and continue until you have a long chain. This onion snake keeps each onion separated so they never touch each other. This means if one onion goes bad, it won't spoil the rest. Once the chain is ready, hang it in a pantry, a well-ventilated area, or a cool cellar. This method allows air to circulate freely around each onion, keeping the skins dry and preventing moisture from building up. This airflow helps stop mold from forming and keeps the onions from sprouting. Another bonus of this method is how easy it is to use. When you need an onion, simply use scissors to cut off the section of pantyhose holding it. Or, if you don't want to cut the pantyhose, you can just untie the knot and remove the onion. After that, you can reuse the pantyhose many times. With this classic but very effective trick, your onions can stay fresh, firm, and flavorful for many months. Method 3. Store-cut onions. Many times when preparing onions, you only use half and want to save the other half for later. The way to store it is very simple. Use an airtight container. After an onion is cut, it begins to release its natural juices, and even a little excess moisture can make the onion soft, slimy, or develop an unpleasant smell. So before storing it, use a dry cloth to blot and remove the moisture on the cut surface of the onion. Next, prepare an airtight container and place a clean, dry paper towel at the bottom. The paper towel acts like a small moisture-absorbing sponge. It absorbs the extra liquid that the onion naturally releases, keeping the container dry and preventing moisture from building up. Then close the lid tightly and store it in the refrigerator. This method helps the onion stay crisp, firm, and fresh for up to a week. If you notice the paper towel becoming damp after a few days, simply replace it with a new one. This way, you maintain a clean and dry environment inside the container. Another benefit of this method is controlling odor. Onions have a very strong smell, and the paper towel helps absorb some of that odor, keeping your refrigerator smelling fresh. Just make sure the container is sealed tightly so the smell doesn't spread to other foods, keeping your cut onion fresh, crisp, and ready to use whenever you need it. Method 4. Freeze onions. Freezing onions is another wonderful way to extend their shelf life, especially if you want to have ingredients ready to cook with any time. Start by peeling the onions and cutting them into the size you normally use, small dice for sauces and stir-fries, or slightly larger pieces for soups. If you want to save cooking time later, you can put them all into a blender and puree them. After pureeing, put the onions into freezer-safe bags or airtight containers, if you use bags. Gently press them so the onions form a thin, even layer. This makes it easy to break off exactly the amount you need. Before sealing the bag, press out all the air. Removing the excess air helps prevent freezer burn and keeps the onions fresh. For easier use, you can take chopsticks and divide the layer into small sections, so each portion is ready for each recipe. Next, lay the bag flat in the freezer. The onions will freeze solid in a few hours. Frozen onions won't keep their crisp texture when thawed, but they will still retain excellent flavor and are perfect for cooked dishes. They are great for quick weekday dinners. Just snap off a portion and add it straight to the pan or pot. No thawing needed. Stored this way, onions can last up to 6 months while still keeping their aroma and flavor. This is a convenient, time-saving option that ensures you always have onions ready whenever you need them. That's the end of today's video. If you found these tips helpful, I'd truly appreciate it if you hit the like button. It's a simple way to support the channel. And I would really love to hear your thoughts, too. Which onion storage method is your favorite at home? Share it in the comments below. I read every tip and always enjoy learning new ones. If you want more easy kitchen tricks that help save time and money, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.